guys, it's Claire. Welcome to another video. So, I know it has been 4 days. Let me explain. Okay, so this video is the middle school struggles. And this kind of applies to the other types of school there are. But particularly, I'm focusing on middle school just because I started middle school. I know I say that in like every video, but it's true, guys. So, the reason why I haven't been able to upload is because I haven't been able to film. It's extremely difficult not having like your own computer because our computer is in the area where our house, like you can hear all the dishes and the TV and stuff. It's really annoying. So it can be so frustrating when I can't make a video for you guys, but I'm working on it. I am positive I'm working on it. So anyway, guys, yeah, I thought that the struggles for middle school might be an interesting video to do, so let's just like get into it. The first struggle I think is pretty true for everyone is you stress about the locker. The locker can be really stressful, and I think that it's not really anything to worry about because even though it is like new, it's not too bad because my tip for you so that you can avoid being tardy is to plan ahead. So come up with a plan of like what classes you have, really know your schedule by heart and know exactly what you need to bring to each class. In the morning when I head to advisory, I run through my schedule in my head, and what I do is I know that for CA, I don't need anything, but in science, I need my textbook and my journal and that kind of stuff, so I bring that with me, and it's a really good idea to prepare yourself for that and have a plan, because if you have a plan, then you're going to be successful. It's also really helpful if you don't go to your locker like every single time in between classes, because that'll just really slow you down. So my next tip for you guys actually is about the hallways. It is chaotic and there's really nothing you can do about it because it's just chaos. So my tip to solve all this chaos is to just basically like always stay to the right. Like at our school, the policy is be polite, stay to the right. So if you stay to the right, and hopefully the people going the opposite direction will too, you can avoid like getting in people's way, and it can be like really helpful. But I know it's so annoying when people are going in different directions and it's crazy and chaotic, but if you stay to the right, this will help to try to avoid these things. But of course, it's tough just not being in anyone's way. The next thing that can be kind of nerve-wracking is dressing out in gym class. I stressed this every day that we didn't have to dress out. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to have to dress out on Thursday. Oh no. You know, like I would seriously freak out about that stuff, but it's really nothing to be afraid of. It's just kind of like nothing to worry about because it's seriously all it is even though you have a short amount of time, it's not that bad because you basically, well, what you do is you basically just, like, dress out and you don't even think about it. Like, don't talk to anyone while you're dressing out. Sometimes it can be helpful, but, like, what I would do is have a plan. So prepare yourself before you have to dress out. So, like, practice it at home when you're, like, getting dressed in the morning. That's what I did. I would honestly practice and, like, time myself. I'd watch a video. I'd start from the beginning and try to, like, be done. And it was just really frustrating. So, yeah, that's what I want to do. And, I mean, that's just my tip for you guys if you are stressing about that. And I know that it can be really stressful. I'm worrying about that because I worried about it so much. So that would be my tip for you guys, just to prepare yourself. And honestly, like, if you have classes with, like, 7th or 8th graders or something, if they are, like, you'll pick up on when they're ready. If they are ready about when you're ready, you're usually going to be fine. So that would be what I would do. So, there you go. my next tip for you guys, well, like the next struggle I feel would be getting trampled. So in middle school, there are also 7th and 8th graders, as you know, and sometimes they might be in the same hall that you're in, particularly like electives halls, I feel, just because the elective hall is usually for everyone. So because the different grades, they run on different schedules but in the same times, it can be really frustrating when you almost get trampled by these people that are really tall when you're like really small. So don't worry about it. What I do is just kind of like weave through them, but again, stay to the right and be polite and you'll be fine. So it's really just, it's all about kind of how you act, and if you act confident and they can see you, that's all that counts. Just like stand tall. You won't be trampled. It is very scary though, but honestly, if you're nervous about interacting with bigger kids, that's totally me. I have a phobia of like really older kids that I don't know. It's like honestly, you never spend like any time with them, and you don't even have time to be like for them to bully you, because it's just get to class like that. Okay, the next struggle would definitely have to be not having your friend in your class. This, like when you get your schedule on that first day, is so scary because it's like, oh my goodness, one of my friends isn't in my class, was they're like not in here and this and that. And I'll tell you this, not all of your friends are going to be on your side or in your classes. It's just how it works out, and it's really sad because of course you love your friends and you want them to be in the same classes, but there's going to be that point where they're not going to be in your class. But you might find out and you'll figure out the times that you can still hang out with them. For instance, my friends, there's kind of like a group of us, and we were actually split right in half. So 2 of them are on like the one team, and then 2 of like me and my other friend, we're on the other team. So at my middle school we have teams, yeah, there you go. And we were actually split up. So it's very stressful, but we figured out that at lunchtime, that's our main time to socialize. So we take advantage of that time, like of those 30 minutes that we eat our lunch, to just spend that time with each other, because in middle school, but honestly, you don't even have time to interact in classes, so it's not too big of a deal, but I totally get it. But you know, elective times is the one time that you might actually have a friend in your class, because electives do switch out, like switch up, so it's not set in stone. Another tip I have is about homework. So I think if you're starting middle school, homework can be really nerve-wracking. Like, how much homework are we going to have? Like, are we going to have a lot? So at my middle school, the standard is 1 hour of homework per night, and that's including reading 20 minutes and our math homework. Unless you like know your math facts, or like, I don't know, if you just kind of do that regularly, which I don't read 20 minutes regularly. It's so bad, but it's true. If you do that regularly, it's going to be no problem. If you don't, you really have to fit your schedule around it. And I get it, people are busy, so it's crazy when you find out from your band teacher that you're supposed to be practicing 80 minutes a week when your schedule is just so crazy and chaotic. Speaking of which, I probably should practice my flute. You know, I'll get to that. Videos first. No, really don't do that. Please don't. I'm such a bad role model. Anyway, yeah, so homework is really nothing to stress about. Like, if you're wondering when to do it, whenever you have free time, just squeeze in a little homework, even if it's just like 1 or 2 math problems, make it work. On Mondays, I have, after school, it's dance, then I have a little break, about like maybe 40 minutes, an hour, to eat dinner, and then I'm back at dance. And then, by then, when we get home, it's basically time to go to bed. So it's really crazy, but somehow I managed to fit it in, like, at, when I have that little space in between my 2 classes, that's when I'll do a little homework. And also, I don't like to do homework in the morning. For me, it's just like you're stressing and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this done, I gotta get it done, I'm never gonna get it done. But if you just don't stress about it and you just persevere, honestly try to do your homework the day that you get home from school. That will be so much easier than in the morning because I freak out in the morning. Even though I wake up at like 5:40, it's still really crazy. So that's my tip. And then my final tip for you guys is, in general, just don't like stress about middle school. Honestly, I stressed about middle school so much, but it's really nothing to stress about. And I don't know where you guys live. I don't know what middle school looks like, whether it's like 1,000 kids or how many kids are going to be at your middle school. I don't know. But I can tell you that no matter what it is, your teachers love you and they will protect you and they want to help you be as successful as you can in your academic life. And they are not trying to be mean and they're not trying to be rude. They're just doing that to help you. So I want to let you guys know that if you're really nervous about middle school, don't be, because it's honestly nothing to worry about. And if you're nervous about getting to class on time, like if you only have 3 minutes like me, don't worry about it, because you don't even think about what you're doing, you just go to class. And your schedule will most likely be arranged so that you can get to class. Or if you're nervous about being late to a class, talk to a teacher about what you can do to be what you can do to be like better about getting to class on time, because they want to help you. They want you to be successful. So if you just work and talk it out with your teachers, you'll be fine. And one more tip before I go. I know I said that a second ago. Don't worry about grades, because even though grades are really crazy, don't stress about them. Because if you worry about grades, you're not doing anything for yourself. What you should do in turn is think about, ask yourself 3 questions at the end of the day. Did I try my best? Did I participate? And did I learn something? If you didn't learn something, you should talk to your teachers and maybe figure out if you need to be moved to another seat or if just something's not working out, and they'll figure it out. They'll help you because, like I said, they really want to help you. So this video's probably been long enough and you guys are probably bored, but like I said, I'm trying to work harder about recording videos. In fact, I'm going to set a reminder on my phone so I won't forget to do that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I know that my voice is probably really boring, but if you guys enjoyed this, or if it was helpful, if you're nervous about starting middle school, give it a thumbs up, because that would really just make my day. And also, don't forget to comment down below any tips that you have, maybe, for middle school, or for anyone else who's just really curious, or if there's something I left out, let me know. And also, video suggestions are always welcome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I love you!